Hey guys, my name's Kian Hushman, and in today's video we're going to be checking out the very special PRS Mark Holcomb Signature 7-string guitar. Let's have a look. So if you're watching this video, you probably already know who Mark Holcomb is. He's one of the 3 guitarists of the progressive metal band Periphery, and he's been working with PRS for nearly 7 years now, on the top of my head I'm pretty sure. For this he had this exact same model in a 6-string version, and then last year they released a 7-string version. This guitar is part of PRS's SE line, which is the made in Indonesia variant, but don't let that fool you because this guitar is a lot of bang for buck. The guys at Derringers in Adelaide were kind enough to lend me this guitar so I could do a review, so massive thanks to Derringers, and if you guys ever need anything guitar related, music related, whatever, definitely check out Derringers. They've always been good to me. I've been shopping there for years and I could not recommend them enough. So let's take a dive into what this sounds like in a demo track, as well as all the specs and sound examples and all that good stuff. Before we do so though, if you guys like this video at any time, please feel free to leave a like and a comment on anything you see or hear. And if you want to see more of this stuff, definitely think about subscribing. If you guys want to support me directly and get the tabs, stems, DIs and all that good stuff to the demo track that you're about to hear, definitely check out my Patreon, and all my affiliate links, all that stuff will be in the description below. So how does it sound in a mix? Let's take a look at some of the specs of the Mark Holcomb Signature 7-string. Starting at the headstock, we have just the standard PRS tuners. They're not locking or anything, they're just standard tuners. The nut is just a standard plastic nut. It's not like a Boner or Graphtec or anything like that. I know that a lot of people change these nuts when they buy these guitars. It's just a really cheap fix anyway. 24 frets, white binding with standard black dot inlays. You get the signature PRS bird inlays, which look absolutely immense. I'm not a huge fan of inlays, but when it's done well like this and it's like a nice design, I do appreciate it. Ebony fretboard with a 20-inch fretboard radius, which is super flat. Not a lot of guitars have that 20-inch fretboard radius spec. The only ones on the top of my head that I know of are this one and the Misha one from Jackson. I don't think the Jake Bowen one even has a 20-inch radius. I think that's a 16. So maple neck, and it's got this satin finish on it, so it's just painted over. You might think it might be a little bit sticky, but really it's really smooth. Satin finish. It's not glossy like the back of the headstock or the body. As you can see, it's got this matte kind of finish to it, so it's really easy to slide up and down and stuff like that. The profile, they like to call it wide thin. It's not like an Ibanez Wizard thin or anything like that. It's got a little bit of something to it, but it's overall a nice shape. It's not uncomfortable or anything like that. Now the body is interesting because it's a mahogany core, so the back of it is mahogany. It's got a beveled maple top, and then they've stuck the quilted maple veneer on top. So there is an actual maple cap on top of this mahogany body, which is very cool. And as you can see, even though it's a veneer, the quilted maple looks absolutely gorgeous. One of the biggest selling points of these Mark Holcomb guitars are his signature pickups that come included with the guitar stock. So these are his signature Alpha and Omega pickups with Seymour Duncan. That comes included with the guitar when you buy it, even though it's an Indonesian make, which is unheard of. It's very cool. 2 standard black dome knobs, one for volume and one for tone. The tone one is a push-pull, which does a split coil, and you get a 3-way selector, so bridge, middle and neck. Bridge is a PRS designed string through hardtail, so strings going through the back of the guitar here, just like your standard hardtail bridge. I really enjoy these types of bridges. They're super comfortable to play on, and it's just really easy for intonating and stuff like that. Usually when I'm showing you guys guitars like this, I usually have a whole segment going through QC and kind of telling you what I found, but honestly I could not find a single blemish on this guitar. The fit and finish is absolutely immaculate. Like, there's no drip anywhere, there's no weird marks or anything like that. Even on the back here of the headstock, you can see how it kind of goes glossy and then goes satin. Like, that's done perfectly. There is not a single bit of finish or just any QC issues that I can find on this guitar. Australian, you could pick up this guitar for like 1700 brand new, which I'm pretty sure is like 1200, 1300 USD. So for the price range and all the stuff that you get included, this is probably the most bang for buck value 7-string that you could possibly get your hands on if you're trying to play progressive music like Periphery. Forgot to mention that this guitar is 26.5 inches in scale, so a standard Fender or Jackson or something like that is 25.5. This 7-string PRS model was 26.5, so the reason why you'd add that extra inch is to get a little bit more tension on this bottom string. If you've ever played a 7-string before and you're accustomed to 7-strings, this neck does not feel wide at all. If you're coming from a 6-string, it might be a little bit wide. This neck is just a little bit wider than my Jacksons, although the Jacksons do have it spec just a little bit slimmer than the rest. But with that being said, there's no issues at all. It's not like a super wide baseball neck or anything like that. It feels really comfortable to play on, and you could get used to it really easily. And if you play 7 strings, it's basically a no-brainer. So now I'm gonna plug it in and we're gonna get some sound examples going. I'll be switching through the pickups, so you guys will see all that on screen, and we'll get some different tones going and see what we can get out of it. So bottom line, would I buy this guitar? And the answer is 100% yes. If I didn't already have my Jackson 7 string, I would definitely consider buying this guitar. From the experience I've had with this one in particular, the QC is absolutely immaculate. There's no problems that I can find. You get his signature pickups, you get the 26.5-inch scale length. Like on paper, this guitar is absolutely astounding, and considering the price that you pay for it, it's basically a no-brainer. But yeah, definitely let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you guys like this video at any time, please feel free to leave a like and a comment on anything you saw or heard. If you want to see more of this stuff, definitely think about subscribing. If you guys want the tabs, stems, DIs, drum tracks, and all that good stuff to the demo song that you heard in the beginning of the video, definitely check out my Patreon. If you want to support me directly, definitely check out my affiliate links as well. All that stuff will be in the description below. Again, massive thanks to Darren for letting me borrow this guitar. I've had an absolute ball with it, and I'm upset that I have to give it back, but you know, it is what it is. Massive thanks to my Patreons. I would not be making videos without you guys. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. Ciao.